Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Brothers Turbo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host Stephen White and with me is, as always, Todd Stark.
Hello, hello.
And before we get into anything, we've got a little bit of weird news. There's a wild John Taylor in the Palace of Megapixels.
Ah! He died on The Walking
guys.
Dead and we've got him here. He's been doing The Walking Dead.
That's what it's been, yeah. He's been doing walker work.
Yeah,
Yeah?
been out and about doing a walk. I was doing a walkabout. That's
Doing a
what I was
walkabout, yeah.
I like The
At
Walking
work.
Dead better.
At work.
That's
I
cross-
like where he's a lot of work. But I'm back this week, guys.
Well, glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
I liked
missed
it better
you
when you
guys.
wasn't here.
I bet you did. I didn't miss you that much though. I miss Steven. Not you.
I mean, that's...
But he's always ridiculing you and talking
It's
smack.
kind of like a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
But I'll say, in his absence, I have not talked about him. I haven't missed him.
Well, it's been a while since you've actually brought his name up.
Right.
You know,
'cause I don't care.
They're there for a while. You were just like, I don't know
Every
where John
week.
is. I'm mad.
Yeah.
You know.
Because every week, then it was just like, well, I guess he ain't coming back.
Yeah, and
He's
you
just
just
gone.
kind of dropped
I just-
it, and you're like, eh.
Yeah. I gave up. Gave up hope.
Yeah, I'm back. At least this week, and hopefully many more.
Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
Oh, me.
Well, it's good to have you back,
I'm glad to be
John.
back.
You've missed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot's
It's
happened.
been a while.
No.
I'd have to really check back to see.
I have
when
to
the
check
last
back.
time-
The
This-
Xbox One X's came out.
There's a lot of games came out.
Yeah.
I've missed a lot of news.
So he hasn't been here for the entirety of November.
Nope.
And part
Definitely
of
not.
October.
Most of
So
October.
several weeks we've been
Been gone.
Johnless.
I can't.
We didn't
I think
have our
episode
Johnny.
10 was my last thing.
It's fine.
We're good.
I mean, we made
happens.
it. We're still going.
We're happy,
And
yeah.
we didn't just say, no, John's not coming back. We're
Because
going to
John
welcome
is
him
not
back with
I'm just a
open
voice.
arms.
I'm just a voice. That's all I am.
You're not important is what I'm saying.
You two guys are the moneymaker. I'm just some
We
guy.
made $0.
Yeah, that's
not
very
good.
True. We may have made a penny somewhere, but I don't know where.
It was
A penny.
I don't know, tax return maybe later.
We made enough money to where YouTube or Podbean can say, hey, I don't know, you didn't make enough money. We bought a Coke.
You want to hear a funny story about our podcast on YouTube is how we can't monetize it because it's not suitable for some advertisers. But I don't understand why, because some are, but some aren't.
Oh, dude. That thing is so messed up.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
There's all kinds of people who make YouTube videos. That's all that's pretty much every day on a Twitter. One of them's talking about how YouTube's messed up. Like one video's fine, the next one's not.
Well, guys, what have you been playing, John, since you have not been around as long or lately?
Yeah.
What have you been playing in the
Oh.
time you've been gone?
In my absence?
Wait, no, hold on. You better not have any time to play anything. Because
Well, I
the
mean-
time that you were
Well,
playing
y'all don't
something, you should have
record
been
it.
here.
I don't record every day.
Friday. One day, and you couldn't be here.
I can't. Sorry. But yeah, the what I have been playing, I played with you once.
I know.
We played
of
World War
Duty.
II. Zombies.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I do. I have to say I like this new Zombies
I do too.
more than I did the other one. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is about it. A lot of people crap on it, but I like it. It's fun. It's scary.
It feels
It's-
like almost like a campaign.
it
Gives you
is.
something to do.
It tells you what to do.
I wish you could turn that off to where you could, if you just wanted to go and run around like the old ones and have those like traditional zombies where they break the wall down and come in and try to get you, and that's all it is. There's no set things to do.
Oh, you can play it like that. I mean, you can skip all the mission stuff. That's
Yeah, I know.
not important. It's just if you want the Easter egg. This one, it tells you how to get there. Like the other zombies, they
Right.
don't give you a hint, don't give you anything. You just got to figure it out. This one, it gives you a general direction, like, hey, go do this. Hey, go. This is what you need to do. Turn the power on. All right, so you need to find something to turn the power on. I like it. I don't know what it is about it, Steven. If you like zombies, you should try it out.
Like he's convinced.
I mean, I've had a lot of people ask me if I want to play. I'm just kind of.
I don't know what
let
it
you
is.
play it.
He
Yeah,
did.
dude.
He did let me play it, and it was fun. But
I like
I don't
it.
know if it's enough to warrant me buying the game.
Oh yeah, it's a it's that's the only reason
It'll
I've
never
always
be
played
below
zombies.
$45, so do know that.
So I'll never buy it.
Right.
And I've been playing Fortnite. Played a little bit of that.
I played a little bit of that.
I like it.
I'll wait. I'm
No, you're
jumping
fine,
ahead
it's
of
fine,
you.
dude.
I'm sorry,
This is
John.
This is not the John Taylor show. This is the Super
I
Mario
do want
Crush
to play that
Cover
with you
Show.
guys sometime. You know,
You should.
I've got it.
you?
I've not played it.
The only thing
It's,
that gets
I
on
like
my
it.
nerves is my
He
my
don't
internet.
like it. He told me he don't like it.
Who don't like?
You said
I
the
like-
graphics are terrible.
I never
it's
said that.
You
Oh no,
stated in the
Fortnite.
past.
Wait a minute, Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah.
Fortnite. Yeah. I don't. The thing is, it's the maps that throws me off on Fortnite. It's like when I get and you watch PUBG, and where it's successful is when everybody hits the ground. There's plenty of weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one, there's plenty of weapons, but they're spread out.
Yeah.
Like by the time you get in there, all I got's that damn red tactical shotgun. That ain't worth a shit.
It's good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is up close. But
That's what a shotgun's
it's interesting.
for, though.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, it doesn't work.
You just don't know how to use it.
Right, maybe so.
You're
I
pressing the
pulled
wrong
trigger.
button. You're blocking instead of shooting. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't know. I'm shooting a gun. I tell you that damn much.
I mean, I wish I had a dog in this race, but I don't know what you're talking about.
It's free. Is it still free? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
got the
worth.
free.
Definitely worth. I played it. Let's see. I started out on solos, which is a terrible idea by yourself. I figured that out. I make it all of 5 minutes, and I get smoked right off the bat. And I just got mad. And I played squads with just random people. And 90% of the people I played with were all very friendly. Nobody was a butthole.
I haven't met any people where I was like, you ass.
Yeah, everybody was friendly. And
Now you play one match of Call of Duty and there's you
oh
already
yeah,
met
dude,
your ass.
you're gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
5 minutes in, or everybody's gonna get along. That's how it works. And I just got last week. I got Ark Survival Evolved.
I seen you playing that last
Oh
night.
man, it's good. I like it. It's interesting. It's a survival game that is with dinosaurs.
It's been out for 9 months.
It's been out for 9 months, and I got it, and
is.
I like it. I like it a lot.
They just put it on sale, didn't they?
No, they checked the price up.
Oh damn.
They did the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah. A
They're-
lot of people are like, I guess they're still pushing it so hard at all those shows because I think you went to TwitchCon and Ark was there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been out for a while now on
Yeah.
computer and just now come to console. I guess when they did that, they jacked the price up a couple months ago and it got a lot of stank over it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got it. And
But you get more content.
well, I mean, they give you one free map. I mean, but I guess the DLC, they got like a DLC pack for $30 and gives you 3 maps and all this stuff. And the maps are huge. It's weeks of just playing. Last night I was playing it, and it was probably the most gratifying moment I had in video game history in a while.
Can't talk, can you?
Huh?
You ain't done it in a while.
I know it. I'm rusty.
Okay, the video guy
Hey,
had
video
like
guy.
me last week trying to say
Ease him into
Nintendo.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all got put me on the spot, and I'm just rambling now. But yeah, it's like I built a house for the first time, and I built a bed. I was very happy. That was like 5 days of playing and getting murdered by every dinosaur on the map.
And you built a bed.
I built a house
That's
and a
like
bed.
7 days to die.
Yeah, you build a bed, you can respawn.
You spend the first 8 days
Fighting for your
trying
life.
to get to a
So-
cabin, and then you just shut the doors and
Yeah.
climb upstairs and
Yeah.
tear the stairs down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got learned the hard way with that game. When I played it, finally, I found like a settlement, and this guy was selling stuff, and I was like, "Cool, you have stuff," and I had no money.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Well, this is no good," but I thought I would be fine because the sun was coming down. I was like, "Well, I'll just stay in here." I got booted out, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
no.
Kick your ass out.
So sorry,
So
brother.
then I was limping around with zombies everywhere, and I was like, "Well, I'm dead."
And dogs.
oh yeah,
Dogs, man.
Oh god. Dogs and wolves, man. That game is ruthless too.
Yeah,
Very much so.
it is. It does not care about you at all.
What have you been playing, Todd?
I have finished Arizona Sunshine.
How was that?
Yeah, I like the game, man. It's pretty awesome.
I do want to play it.
It is really good. It's surprising how well because you can play 2 players.
Mhm.
And the funny thing is, dude, your characters, man, they're terrible animations. Like they don't walk.
Yeah.
It looks like you got this like pimp drag your leg kind of walk, right? When you try to run, they just do it really fast. It looks terrible. And your arms are all turned and twisted. But you find these masks while you're going, you can grab them, pick them up, put them on, and there's really some pretty cool ones. And when you wear them, like you watch people, like that's what's crazy is when you watch the person you're playing with, if they move their head, like say they start to laugh about something, like your character kicks their head back and you can actually tell they're laughing. It gets pretty cool to watch that. But the graphics are okay, but the animations are just horrible, but they're so funny. That's the thing.
But I mean, overall, I guess
Overall, it's a great game and it works. Play with the motion controllers, but the
Is it a VR?
yeah, it's VR.
Okay.
That's what's. It's the first one I've played like where you actually go through a whole story. It seems like I got kind of sick at first though, but now I can play around 2 hours, and I feel okay.
Yeah, you just have to adjust to that.
Yeah,
I think the more you do it, the better off you'll be.
because I busted a straight sweat. I played it for like 2 hours. I almost threw up. It was awful. I was sick as hell.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Been in that moment.
What have you played?
I have actually, believe it or not, I've beat 4 games this week.
Wow.
I know you have been playing like The Legend of Korra, I think. I seen you playing.
I mean, the only reason that I would say that I've beaten all these games is I've been in the middle of them and I just said, okay, let me finish this. And I was so close to everything. I'd been playing Bloodborne, finally beat it. So I got that out of the way. Then I went back to Hue because I'd started playing that and it was a pretty short game anyway. So I just went ahead and finished that.
Right.
Then I went back to Super Hot to see if I could finish that level. And that was the last level.
Oh, yeah?
It was.
So I just needed to get through it, and I was done. I was like, well, there's another one down. So I was done with that. And then I moved on to The Legend of Korra. I've beaten it, but I'm trying to platinum it because I tried on the PlayStation 3, and there was just this one bastard trophy.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it because you have to play on extreme mode. And there's this section where you have to run with this dog character. If you're familiar with the show, you'll know who I'm talking about, Naga. And you have to fight these 3 robots at the same time. So they're rotating in and out. You have to dodge all their moves, duck, swing. They're throwing rocks at you. You have to jump. I mean, it's just chaos. And you can only do it without getting hit.
Oh, God.
On extreme. You get hit one time. Now, granted, you have a shield you can put up. So if they swing at you a certain way, it can protect you for those one little moments.
Right.
But overall, if you get one good smack to the face or if you hit one of these rocks, you're done. So you got to start all over again. There's no checkpoint, no nothing. So you got to do that all in one shot. Never could do it. I got so frustrated on the PS3. I was like, "Fuck this game, I'm tired of it." And that was all I needed. This time, I did it. I actually did it last night. And I was like, it took me a while, but I did it. Now I found out there's a glitch trophy. So I noticed that I don't have all the tutorials finished, even though I beat the game. And I'm mad now. Because I'm like, why? Why is this one eluding me? So now I have to, granted, there's a few others I still need to do, but I've got to figure out how to overcome that glitch. Because I don't know what tutorial it didn't read.
Right.
So I could go through the entire game again and it not matter. So if I try it and it just doesn't happen, screw it. I guess it'll be the one that got away twice.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
You can delete your save and start all the way over.
You could go get your
that
PS3.
was the suggestion. They were just like, make sure you have all the other trophies and then try again. And I'm like, but bastard.
That's a lot of work just
Yeah.
to
I don't.
flush
I just
down the
look
toilet.
what I did. Because trust me, going for the hard trophies on that game was frustrating. Like to the point where I'm just sitting there going, I'm gonna throw my controller. I haven't been in that mood in a while. But there's a one for you have to play this game. I can't remember, like Pro Bending, I think is what it is. And it's essentially like a sports match where you have to knock the other opponents off. And there's 3 and 3, and you get into ace mode with that, and they're just throwing stuff at you, and you've got to be at the top of your game, throwing, dodging, blocking, everything, and it's just chaos, and you're just like,
Right.
because they'll just knock you back, and you're just like, what am I doing wrong? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. F this game. And I'm just getting so mad, and everybody's off in the other room, just minding their business, and they just hear me going, God damn it, son of a bitch!
Oh,
Ah!
That's how I get when I play Madden. That's the only game that makes me cuss like that.
Oh, man.
But I got through it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
fine.
did.
I'm fine. So it's all good. That was my gaming for the week. Now I'm kind of in the middle of stuff. I don't, I still want to complete that, but I need another game to go into, and I don't know where I'm going yet. Maybe Shadow of War. You
Yeah, you'll like
suggested
it.
Shadow of War.
If you like Shadow of Mordor, you'll like that.
I hope so. I don't want to be bombarded with loot crates, but we won't get into that.
I think you will. No, we've already, you missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loot crate debacle
Loot crate
for weeks on
2017.
end.
Everybody's got a loot crate.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
But hey, while we're talking about news, let's get into the news. Are you ready for some news?
Yeah.
The first bit of news, I guess, would be a little somber, and I felt like it was necessary to bring up, and I'm sure everybody's heard, that on Thursday, the FCC voted 3-2 in favor of repealing net neutrality. If you are unaware, these rules mandated that the internet services or service providers treat all websites and online services equally to ensure fairness and open access to everything on the internet to everyone in the United States.
Which is the right thing.
Yes. The vote went through despite a majority of the public in the U.S. rallying against it. Those who voted in favor of this repeal argued that the move will allow internet providers to more freely innovate without the burden of additional regulations. Proponents, on the other hand, believe that this will result in increased costs, create a hurdle for free speech, and even allow ISPs to throttle internet services depending on what services you use. For example, if Comcast had stock in Hulu over Netflix, your speeds would increase if you used Hulu, decrease if you're on Netflix.
Right.
And, that's kind of nonsense.
Right. And nobody talked about that.
No, they didn't. That was one of the things that they like to gloss over or just not mention at all.
So in a sense, if you take away net neutrality and you make the internet a time period and a place, it'll be like the Wild West. Now you're going back to the Wild West.
Yeah.
Nobody's governing it, pretty much. They
much.
may make some rules, like don't kill this person,
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what it is.
The vote was championed by FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, as I said. That's what I like to call him, protesting that the sky is not falling and consumers will remain protected. FCC Commissioner Mignon Clyburn, hope I said her name right, who voted against the repeal, stated, "What saddens me the most today is that the agency that is supposed to protect you is actually abandoning you."
Yeah.
The vote got even more controversial due to the discovery of a large number of comments submitted through the FCC's website were fake, identified as bots, stolen identities, and even people from Russia.
Yeah.
Big surprise, right? Despite numerous calls from lawmakers to delay or cancel the vote because of this, Pai ignored these pleas and moved forward. So the rules that were implemented happened in 2015 under the Obama administration. Some of those provisions in that have actually existed a little bit longer. Various companies whose sole purpose exists on the internet, like Netflix and Twitch, came out against the vote. Twitch CEO Emmett Shear said that net neutrality has played an important role in the history of Twitch. Without it, we might not be here today, and our streamers might not be here tomorrow. Because our streamer community, many of which are small business owners, depend on their viewers having easy access to their channels and reliable quality of service, repealing net neutrality will erode the power of the internet to enable and create these type of jobs. That is why we are lending our voice championing for a free and open internet. Now, already some are taking action against the move, with attorney generals of New York and Washington announcing plans to sue to block the repeal from taking place, with other states actually expected to join them later on. The Electronic Frontier Foundation and Free Press are also preparing to sue.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know, this is important. If you are not worried, you kind of should be.
Yeah.
Don't freak out to the point where it's like, oh my God, the world is ending. But do be concerned. You do need to be concerned about this, because this affects all of us. This affects us.
I know it. Yeah.
We might not even be doing this to the capacity we are right now, giving this show to you the way we are.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to do something, if you want to help, go out there. I've got a website for you. Go to www.battleforthenet.com, or you can text BATTLE to 384-387. Make your voice heard. Vote. Say something. Get out there, tell your congressman, whatever it takes. Don't vote for them if they're supporting it.
Right, yeah. That's a big thing. You got to pick your lawmakers. Don't just vote on them because of a party.
Yeah.
You've got to pick the right lawmaker. Listen to him. Don't just go, he's Republican, I'm going to vote for him. He's Democrat, I'm going to vote for him.
If there was a Republican who stood behind my views more than the Democrat, I'm going to go with the Republican.
Right.
I'm sorry. If they are supporting my best interest, that's where I'm going to go.
Right.
And that's what people need to do. Stop working on parties and work on people.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not a political show, but I felt like it was necessary that we get this out there, because it affects us. You want to listen to our show? Do you want to watch your favorite streamers on Twitch and your favorite YouTube shows? It's important.
Yeah, because they can literally do it now where you have to pay. They give you a certain package. Like, hey, if you want to use Google, use this package. You can like, buy these certain little emails or websites.
They can
and stuff
cap your internet now.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
everybody can cap it now.
Yeah,
just nobody can stop them.
And obviously, people are going to be like, "Well, they're not doing it right now." Yeah, right now.
Right now.
But when it becomes viable,
I'm gonna tell you right now, if
the thing
homeboy
is-
has to pay for internet, smartphone's going bye-bye.
but the thing is, we're just now seeing the effects of where they put it in place for during Obama's era, because that's why everybody's 4G. Remember, it used to be right before that it was like 4G, and then all of a sudden Verizon would come out with 4G LTE, you know, like that quick, and like we got this, but we got this, you know.
Yeah.
Now they've all got the same thing. So now it's what can they do for the consumer to make you want to buy them. So now they got to actually work, you know, besides throwing a big number out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that we're looking at. If you're not with Verizon, you don't get 4G. If you're with AT&T, you're going to get 3G kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. I mean,
It's stupid.
We shouldn't have to pick and choose
Right.
what our internet is. Sometimes we don't have an option. There are a lot of us who don't. I mean, you and I both. We're limited to the internet access that we have.
Right.
You know, we only have two choices. And is it the best? No, never. Everybody else gets more choices than us. So not everybody's on the same level playing field. That's the point of this.
It's just
it's not. There's no benefit to this that I can see. I don't really know what the whole benefits would be to.
there's no benefits for it. They're not talking about the cons. All you're hearing is the good. They can do whatever they want. Somebody can offer whatever.
There will be, what did they say? Innovation.
Right,
A rise in innovation. Of what?
Of what?
Unlimited,
Unlimited
faster speed.
Unlimited. It's pretty. You know, that's pretty great. I don't know how you can get better than that.
So we'll see how that pans out. Again, get
Right
out
now,
there,
yeah.
make your voice heard. That's what we're all supposed to be doing.
Please.
Yeah, it's like you said. No need to get in an uproar right now because
No,
nothing.
it's nothing to get in an uproar about.
Keep an
but
eye on
it
it.
is
Keep-
important.
definitely
Like,
keep
you're
an
gonna,
eye
you're
on
gonna. They could pass the cost on to us
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
quick.
Yeah, you can jack the price up all day long.
Right.
So, again, get out there, speak up, make your voice heard. All right, well, let's move on to some more positive game-related news.
Yes.
You know, because
No politics.
Again, that was important, but
It was important. That's important to games too.
Yeah, it is.
I
Absolutely.
mean, it affects it.
But the first bit of game news that I have is that the Monster Hunter World Beta was released last weekend for PS Plus subscribers.
I don't think
That's
nobody's
what we
been
played
playing
too.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to play.
Nobody's been playing in this group, have they? Oh wait,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. Where were
Steven's,
you?
no, Steven's been playing it since like minute one. He had it downloaded and waiting.
I was ready.
Called out of work 3 days.
Well, I didn't do that. I didn't go that far. But I did play it every day.
Oh yeah, every day I got on, I looked and sure enough, Steven's playing Monster. I was like,
Did you
yep.
play
I'm not even
No.
gonna bother him.
Did you play it?
I didn't download it. I got Ark instead. I bought Ark, so I was like, I'm
You
gonna.
can still get that. It's
now.
free, dude.
Is it still free?
Well,
It was.
let me get into my
Oh,
story.
sorry.
and
Let
we'll
him,
get
let's,
into
let
it.
him get into the
Shut
notes,
up.
John.
Let
Look,
me
I
tell
know you
the
haven't been
story.
here in a while, you son of a bitch.
Now, if you were one of the lucky people to try out the beta, you got to try out 3 different missions from varying difficulty: easy, medium, hard, and then you had 2 varying worlds in which you got to play on. Along with this, from what we've just seen in the beta, there was more information that came out afterwards to let us know what we have to look forward to. Now, from playing the beta, it was very familiar to me, but I will get into that a little bit more, just so you have a little context to what I'm familiar with versus somebody who's never played Monster Hunter before. Right. Now, first there will be an addition called the Research Resource Management Station, where you can take on bounties and various tasks assigned by researchers. Completing these tasks will earn you armor spheres if you really want those, because they will help your armor get stronger.
Right.
It's good for defense. And research points. I don't know what research points are. That's a new addition to this game. And I think I noticed that when you were tracking your monster.
Right.
When you were trying, finding their scent or their footprints or something like that, that would give you points. I'm assuming that's what that's catering to.
I don't even know how I found the monster. I found it one time, and it was like, hey, there's the monster ran up on me.
Well, you were supposed to follow the scout flies,
Those little fairy-looking things.
fireflies. I would say. It was,
I'm sorry, I rubbed them the wrong way right there.
now. God.
Yeah.
just saying.
Fireflies.
Now, this sounds very similar to some of the other options that they had in the other games where there were camps and then they would have guilds.
Right.
But this, I think they kind of forego the entire guild situation. There still might be one, and this may just be kind of a different take on it. Mm-hmm. Because with guild missions, you'd go out, you would be part of the guild, they would give you missions and tasks and stuff like that. And it wouldn't always be, kill a monster. Sometimes you would actually have to go out and have to capture the monster or go out and gather eggs from a monster's nest.
Okay.
So varied degrees of things like that. I think some of the odd ones where it wasn't necessarily killing the monster. Killing it's easy, in a manner of speaking. Having to capture it, you have to be very precise on what you do. Right. Because you have to wear it down, and then you have to make sure that you can have it tired to the point where you can actually capture it. Because if it's not tired, it's not weak, you're going to waste your traps, and you're going to be screwed.
It's kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn. If you haven't shot them enough, you can't pin them down.
Right. Okay. And kind of in that manner of speaking. So it's very detailed on how you can manage that. So I'd love to see how that comes into play, because I noticed there was like a net that you could throw. That was new. I'd never seen that before. I don't know if you saw that in your...
No, hell no. I didn't play it enough.
You didn't play it enough?
I played it a little bit, and it felt like Horizon a lot. I mean, not like just like it, but it felt in that vein. Yeah. I guess you could say.
I can see that. Now, the types of bounties that they have are as followed, or at least the ones that they've verified. There are registered bounties, which can be registered from the list at any time. Essential bounties, they affect the unlocking of facilities. Distributed bounties, distributed online at fixed intervals, so that will be more like special online missions, I guess, stuff like that. Bounties required or requirements include raw material collection, monster hunting, and so on, kind of like what I mentioned. Since you can complete quests while progressing through the game, it might be a good idea to register bounties before departing. That way you can kind of hit two birds with one stone. That's new. I've never heard, with the guild quest, it was like you're on one mission and that's it. Right. They actually give you multiple things. That even kind of goes back to the argument I was making to you before, where you only have this 20-minute time limit.
Right.
Where they're going to have to open that up to 50 minutes or more. Because if you're out there on a mission to do this bounty plus a hunt for something else, it's way too much to do in one, take, and not have 20 minutes is just not enough time. Mm-hmm.
So
not enough time.
Can you walk across the whole map on that game that they've made for the game, or is it just a little tiny section of it that we're playing?
I think that they are large maps, but they are one area. Right. Like this one large area you can traverse, but I don't think it's all connected.
Right.
In that, from the desert area to the swamp area. What was it? The ancient forest and the wildspire wastes. I think that's what they were.
I can't remember.
I don't think they're connected, but I could be wrong.
Right.
Right now, this is all we kind of saw, but I'm going to assume there are just very large areas for these particular monsters or these particular missions. You cannot choose the registered content of distributed bounties, but they have better rewards than registered bounties. There are some bounties which are difficult to complete alone. That's a fair assessment, because there are some that were just, on the old games, mind you, it's just frustrating. It's always good to have a companion, if you can have a companion. Essential bounties are extremely high priority. They are also things such as subjugation of Kula Yaku, I don't know what that is, and expansion of the ancient forest camp. Kula Yaku.
Like, hey, this is that new Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
What is it called? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it also says you can take up to 6 bounties at one time. Additionally, you can take on research quests, which are online event quests, which occur when certain conditions are met, kind of what we mentioned before. Guild cards are also returning. This is a personal card you can design with all your hunter stats, and you can trade with fellow hunters that allow their companion to occasionally appear as an ally in the field to help you on the hunt. It was also announced that several updates are planned after the game's launch. These updates will add new quests and new monsters, plus limited time online events are being planned as well. And best of all, it will be free.
Yay!
DLC.
Oh, nice.
You're not going to have to pay a dime.
That is nice.
That's always a good thing.
Monster Hunter did that with the DS versions.
Mm-hmm.
It would be every month there would be, hey, there's new missions if you want a new hunt. And if you kill it, there's new weapons, new armor, all the stuff that you can get. It's there if you want it.
Go get it.
So it encourages you to come back and play.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Like Destiny, the first one.
And I really feel like another great thing about playing with a group is if you encounter a very hard monster, because with these online quests, they're going to get hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that was always the big deal. And the big problem I had is that there would be a point where it's like, look, I can only get so good, and I only have a certain amount of armor built up to handle certain things. And at 1 minute, you feel like a badass because you're going out and you're like, I remember when this guy kicked my ass, but who's got the upper hand now? And then a bigger monster comes in and is like, yeah, and then just flicks you, and you're like, well, now I'm sad. So now you got to figure out how to beat this guy with the armor set that you thought was badass, but now is no longer badass.
Right.
So having friends help you take something down would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think. If you happen to miss out on the beta, and maybe you're on the fence about it, there's a second round coming starting December 22nd through
Mic drop.
December 26th, and it will be available for everyone, not just PlayStation Plus subscribers or whatnot. I recommend trying it. It's fun. It's a great game. Get out there and try it out.
Oh, yeah. It's not long for that thing releases.
No, it'll be end of January.
That's what I was thinking. They're probably getting ready. That's just a stress
Probably
test. Even
testing
more.
it out.
And that was the thing. Like I did notice. Well, we had that little bit of problem getting on there. Well, I had the problem.
You had a problem.
Y'all hooked it. Yeah. Let me rephrase it. I had the problem. Kept giving me an error code.
Well,
I couldn't join with them.
I'm sure there's a lot to do with your cell phone.
Huh?
A lot of your cell phone data.
No, I didn't. It was just brand new month.
I'm just saying, it's like probably a connection issue.
But still, it was a problem regardless.
10 times, 2 days in a row.
Anyway.
That's not that's an issue.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I could go straight into matchmaking with just online matches and search and just immediately go into one.
Yeah.
It would put me in a party. So I didn't have any trouble getting online.
It was just connecting with us for some odd reason.
Huh.
But it was fun. The time that I spent playing it, I enjoyed it. Again, it felt like an old pair of shoes. I just kind of came right in. I was concerned about the control scheme because I thought maybe they would remap the controls because it was a new system. Everything was right where I remember it. Mm-hmm. And so holding a controller or a DS where all your buttons are, there are a few obvious additions, whether it be like the R3 and R2 and stuff like that. But the way they were placed, it felt comfortable. Like running is up here right where I need it. And it felt in the right place.
Right.
So everything was laid out proper. I was happy about that, happy to see that. And even in the time that I spent playing and slaughtering the monsters, we got through all 3 missions, which is cool. And even on Monday, Katrina and I, we were trying to get a group together, and we couldn't get everybody together, but we were going to try what we considered a suicide run, because there were 2 big monsters in each map that you're not supposed to fight. They're just there, and they tell you, don't engage them, run away. And I was like, no, I'm going to engage this thing. So we went after the Rathalos in the jungle, and he killed us a few times, but granted, you get I think it's 9 tries, which again, I think will go down when the real game comes out.
Yeah.
Right.
But he took us down. But again, I feel like for the being ill-equipped as we were, I think we did pretty good.
Right.
So I think we did all right for that. Then the other guy, we tried him, and
Is that the Diablos or whatever?
Yeah, the Diablos. No. I was like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Nope,
okay.
no.
Because he hit me one time and I went flying. I was like, all right, that was good enough. See you later, pal.
You win.
Like when your mama smacks you, you just shut up. Shut the hell up.
So, but yeah, check it out, people, if you haven't. Next up, Sony's fall PlayStation experience happened last weekend as well, where a number of upcoming games were showcased and a few new ones announced. One focus this year seemed to be on the VR presence. Mm-hmm. There were a few notable announcements for VR. First was Jupiter and Mars, which is an underwater adventure game featuring a pair of dolphins with enhanced echolocation powers. As the 2 explore their ocean world, they disable the remnants of a man-made machinery that is disrupting marine life, and you get to solve puzzles and encounter creatures known as the Elders.
It didn't tickle my fancy.
No,
it
had that design, that game design that I've seen 100 times over.
That I don't like.
Oceanic, mechanic, electronic thing, and I was just like, I'm kind of done with that. So the moment the graphics itself kind of came on there, it might look great in VR, but it just did that. The graphics alone, the design, it just didn't sell me.
Right.
So, Tripwire Interactive announced Killing Floor Incursion, which is a VR version of the survival horror first-person game.
I was just talking about that last night.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be insane.
I didn't know it was out. When's it come out?
I think it'll be sometime next year. It's
Okay.
not out yet. Then there was...
a puke fest if I ever read
Oh,
one.
yeah, I'm sure. Then there was Shooty Fruity, which is a job simulator / shooter. This actually sounds, as stupid as the name sounds, it actually sounds pretty fun. You play as a store clerk besieged by vaguely menacing cartoon produce, and you need to utilize both your bagging skills and your sharpshooter skills to defend the building and keep your job.
That does sound fun.
So
That sounds pretty cool.
bagging groceries.
It's kind of like
bam.
what's that
Shooting
one?
people.
What's that one movie? What's it called?
Sausage Party.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be like playing Sausage Party.
Yeah. I got the idea.
Knockout League is an arcade-style boxing
no,
game
like
where you train in a gym and take on a cast full of colorful characters, including a pirate and a genteel tea-sipping octopus. It's described as Punch-Out on acid.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That description alone makes me want to see it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fun.
Gollum, The Power of Your Dreams is a very personal story about an injured child learning to explore the world through her magical gifts with the help of her father and older sister. Wipeout Omega Collection, Firewall Zero Hour, and Gungrave all look fine. They're just kind of like...
I want to check out that Firewall game.
Yeah.
If it works, man, that's pretty cool.
If it works.
Yeah.
But they all kind of... the reason I'm kind of glossing over them, they were just kind of like... yeah, they kind of look like other games.
I'll say this, man. That Firewall game, if it works, like I said, and you get a team of 4 that you trust, and y'all all have those, the aim controllers, that game would be phenomenal. Because when you start looking at people like... I think it's the one thing about Arizona Sunshine that hasn't done on another game. You see the person you're playing with. It's usually... they're on there, but you don't pay attention to them. So they start looking like that to you in your head, to me.
Gotcha.
So you start trusting these people in this game, and if it works, like I said again, it's got to really work to.
I would like to try a VR game multiplayer. Like, I think one that kind of caught my interest, but again, it's multiplayer, and I want to make sure that I've got a team that would be worth playing it with. Was it Star Trek Bridge Crew?
Yeah, see, I've wanted to try that.
I wanted to try that because I think that would be kind of neat. But again, I want to have people I know to play it with.
That's what I've heard. Like, that game is not fun if you don't play with your friends.
Yeah.
Because you have one dude always been asshole
Friday
to
the
crash the
13th
ship.
all over again.
Yeah.
Another game, The Persistence, sounds interesting as you play as a crew member of a research vessel called The Persistence, obviously. You deal with a malfunctioning computer and gibbering mutants. They say death is an integral part of the gameplay loop. Each time you die, you'll awaken as a new character, facing a new ship layout, different enemies, and new opportunities. Kind of sounded like Zombie, but with a tweaks spin or something like that.
That game was pretty cool. Yeah. I never finished it, but it was pretty cool.
The last 2 I'm mentioning are 2 that I'm kind of excited about. The first is already released. It was The Last Guardian VR. It's a short standalone virtual reality experience based on the Team Ico's 2016 adventure game. Users play from the perspective of the boy as he interacts with the monstrous Trico. Sony said there is no plans for a large-scale version of this game, but you can download it right now for free.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you play it yet?
I haven't played it yet.
Do it.
We
played it either yesterday or the day before. It was amazing.
Does it work?
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Oh,
it was amazing. Just when he got up in your face, because that's one of the first things he does, and just tries to nuzzle you, you instinctively want to pet him. So you're reaching out going, oh, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
And just because that's what you do, you know? So it was...
Don't eat me.
Yeah, and there was a time where you actually got to jump on his back, like the very first time. And you know what he's going to do. If you play the game, he's going to jump right through. So you're just kind of bracing yourself like, he's going to jump. And when he does, you kind of feel it. You're like, oh, my God. Because you just got to go up with it.
I want to get on top of one of the walls and come down with him.
That would be cool. They didn't do that. It was a very short.
They said it was about 15 minutes maybe.
But it's a fun experience. I kind of wish they would think about doing this more.
Yeah,
or
they said that was a
expanding on
Christmas gift to the gamers. Is what they
Well,
said.
it definitely
during
was. It was
PSX.
awesome.
Yeah,
It was
I
fun.
thought that was pretty cool.
The last one I have is Rick and Morty. Virtual reality is coming to PSVR.
Have you seen that game on YouTube? People playing it?
I have not.
Oh man, that looks pretty fun. If it's anything like the PC, it looks pretty.
So it's already out on PC.
Yeah, it's been on the Vive and the Rift on PC. If you're hip to that, now it's going to be on the PSVR. Yay!
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Y'all check it out if you kind of want to get a good idea of how it works. It's pretty cool.
I have wanted to play it, and I was excited to see it finally got an announcement.
What do you?
I
what do you
never
do in
expected it to come.
2018. that's
No, I
all
mean,
said.
what do you do in it?
I don't know.
You're I think you're a Morty. You're just another Morty clone, and you're
Well,
like the real
don't
Morty.
confuse him. He's not watched
I
the
have
show.
not watched it. No, I need to.
I haven't watched
I have it right
really
there.
but like one or two
Borrowed it from
episodes,
Steven.
Yeah, almost a year ago it feels like.
No, it's been like 2 years.
but I'm about to take it if you ain't gonna watch it. But yeah, it's
Shut up, John. You can't even come up here long enough to. Don't you put your finger in my face, man. You ain't been here long enough.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah, you're a Morty clone, and Rick and Morty. Rick's telling you what to do, and the other Morty's like on your side, like, dude, don't do that. It's like, yeah, go ahead.
You sounded just like them.
how would you know? You've not watched the show.
Yeah.
Same commercial.
I'm throwing my phone at you.
But anyway, other non-VR announcements worth noting. There was announced was the remake of Medieval. Mm-hmm.
Does that excite you?
Huh?
Does that excite you?
Well, I'm not familiar with it.
It does me because I never got to play it.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I've
wanted
always
to.
seen that character, Sir Dan, in the cover of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played a demo once upon a time, and it was fun. The little demo I played, I didn't get to beat it because it like cut you off right at the boss. It's like, sorry, buy the game.
Yeah, go get the game.
But it
But
was
I've
fun.
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. They said it's an action adventure horror comedy series, so it's all over
Yeah,
the
I
genres.
like all that shit.
And it was originally released on PlayStation 1. If you've never played it, I've never played it. I can keep my eyes on it. If they say it's as good as they say,
I would
not?
say
I'll give it
horror's
a
a
look.
stretch, though.
Yeah, maybe. Another one was Ben Esposito's upcoming puzzle game Donut County
That looks awesome.
was
dude.
showcased. The trailer I saw didn't show much beyond moving a hole around and
That's
making
it.
things fall into it. However, the challenge comes down to figuring out which items are small enough to consume to make the hole bigger. Then there are more mechanics in play, like chain reactions that will lead to strange logic puzzles. The game is also said to have a very interesting story to tell in between levels. It did look interesting. The trailer was interesting.
Yeah, dude, I was tripping them. Was it a raccoon?
Yeah,
And-
2 raccoons just sitting there talking.
Dude. What did he say? What did he do? There's a hole. And
There's a
something.
hole.
What he kept saying?
I don't remember.
That was funny though. It was good.
But yeah, those were pretty fun. There was another one. I don't know if it was announced during this, but I think it did come out around the same time, and I didn't see it as I was putting the notes together. Was I think it was like called Flipping Death. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay, it's made by the same people that did Stick It to the Man. It had that very same unique art style that they had. That looked fun. That looked interesting because I think you're a character that dies and then you get turned into the Grim Reaper.
Okay.
So on one hand, you're in the dead world, but then you have to go and flip over into the living world.
Okay. That's the mechanic. Huh?
That's at least the way the mechanic showed. But it seemed very fun and very cool. So I would like to take a look at that. Again, I don't know if that was announced during all this or just
I think
happened
I
to be.
remember. That's where I remember hearing it from.
But it looked pretty cool. The next story I have is 505 Games Overkill, who is responsible for the hugely popular Payday series, and Starbreeze Studios have released the first official trailer for Overkill's The Walking Dead, which is a co-op first-person shooter with elements of action, role-playing game, survival horror, and stealth. The trailer was not official gameplay footage, but it did introduce the game's main protagonist, Aiden, as well as what setting we'll be seeing with this new game, which is Washington, D.C.
Yay, that sounds so awesome, dude. I'm serious. I don't know why Washington, D.C. always works for like some kind of post-apocalyptic stuff.
It says the game will invite players to explore the hugely popular Walking Dead universe. I don't really know how, but
Hey,
yes.
right there near Alexandria.
Yeah, very true. Where they will play the role of survivors fending for themselves in the post-apocalyptic world dominated by flesh-eating walkers. Do you think, with that description, that this will be an open world
Yeah,
Better be.
type?
I hope so. I think so.
So you think Grand Theft Auto?
Better be.
I'm hoping, Far Cry Primal
Okay.
kind of.
large map. I don't want to play what was that one Walking Dead game where you play as Daryl?
Daryl. It was no, what was that? It was just The Walking Dead, wasn't it?
I think AMC's The Walking Dead.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Something Brothers.
It's not even, it wasn't open world. It puts you on a path, and you got to go to this path. I hate games like that now. Open world spoiled me.
I don't mind linear games if
it's done right. That game was just done wrong.
Yeah. If you're giving me an open world, then give me an open world.
Right. Don't semi-open it like hell, I can't even think.
It's like you see that house over there, you can't get there.
You see it. You can wave at it.
But you can get all in this area.
Yeah.
There's an invisible wall keeping you in.
But it does look interesting. I'd love to see what they do with it.
Yeah, it does.
Just out of curiosity.
I haven't seen it.
I want to see some gameplay. But, I mean, Payday, that's a pretty good game.
It's a pretty popular game,
yeah. Both of them,
people still
from
play
what I
it
understand,
like
they're really good
crazy.
shooters. So if they use that, what they know with the shooter and, put it in this game, be all right.
Oh, yeah.
With a survival aspect to it, it'd probably do great.
Yeah. Tidbit for the week
Tidbit.
is a report from the Wall Street Journal stated that Nintendo is looking to branch out to work with more mobile developers with an aim to be more efficient while releasing more mobile games at a faster pace.
Oh, God.
Will they mean mobile like cell phone or switch to tablet thing?
Mobile, like cell phone.
Okay.
The recent successes of Super Mario Run, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp have no doubt made them see the gold mining mobile gaming.
Boo.
Something that they used to be profusely against.
Yeah. Till they sing the paycheck.
Yeah. Japan and China together account for 60% of the mobile market, while the U.S. only accounts for 20%. Can you believe that?
So the UK's the other 20. Probably, I would say.
I'll be honest with you. I was kind of taken aback by that because I was like, well, we're America. We're usually number one in the sense of larger numbers. But then I thought, oh, yeah, they have larger populations.
Right.
I'm not trying to be like, America, yeah.
We're America, number one.
But more people is going to spend more money.
We have the bigger numbers. Like, we're at the bottom of the list when it comes to education. We're at 354, while China's number one. You see, we're always with the larger numbers.
Right.
That was a joke. It really wasn't. Next up, in surprising news. This was surprising for me news.
That was
For me, anyway.
That's caught me off guard.
Digital Leisure released the Dragon's Lair trilogy for the PS4, compiling the arcade classics Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair 2, and Space Ace all into one set for $20 freaking, man.
Mic drop.
Is that the old arcade classic Sega game?
Yes. If you're unfamiliar with these games, no. No. If you're unfamiliar with these games, they actually predate full motion video games and are essentially playable animated films that you used to play at the arcade. And these were actually animated and directed by Don Bluth and his team. If you don't know who that is, I'll explain in a moment. Dragon's Lair, you play as Dirk, the daring warrior, trying to save the princess Daphne from a fire-breathing dragon.
Yep.
In its sequel, Dirk must save Princess Daphne from an evil wizard who is forcing her to marry him. She's trying to marry, what's his name? Harvey Weinstein.
Or Donald Trump.
Either one. In Space Ace, you play as Ace, obviously, trying to defend the Earth from the evil Commander Borf. Now, these descriptions may not sound like they're doing the game's justice, but it's the game's animated presentations that are key here. Long before Cuphead, these games were doing something extraordinary, combining animation and gaming. Don Bluth, who I mentioned before, was hugely popular in the 80s. He created and directed movies like The Secret of Nim, The Land Before Time, and American Tail. These were some of his biggest movies.
American Tail.
The last film he ever directed to date, to my knowledge, was Titan AE, which came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's underrated in my opinion.
Lit had a song on it. I'm in over my head. Lit had that. Yeah, that was Lit.
I did not realize it. The games are all about precision timing and even memory, but to play it from beginning to end and nailing every move makes it worth it. It's essentially. You said you don't have any idea?
I just looked it up. Yeah, it was in Stranger Things. They were playing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's how.
That's the game they were playing.
Yeah, that's the game they were playing.
Like like the new one, the remaster.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, it was.
They
in
had
an
a
arcade.
PlayStation 4
hidden all up in the arcade,
and then probably a legit arcade cabinet of Dragon Slayer.
Because somebody could have easily found that and went and got it.
Oh yeah. I didn't know it was at the arcade. I thought you were talking about like at home.
I actually had Dragon's Lair on PC years ago. I think when I was a teenager, there was a time I had all those moves memorized. Like I could play it from beginning to end, knowing.
I thought that was a
everything to
cartoon.
do.
Every time I saw that on like
I
YouTube,
know.
it looks like a cartoon. And then
But
it's
that's
like,
the awesome
no,
part
this
about
is
it.
a game. I was like, really?
Yeah. And I actually think I have a copy of Space Ace on DVD, believe it or not, somewhere at my house. I found it. I can't remember where I found it. It was like at a pawn shop or something like that. I was like, oh, cool. And it was like really cheap. So I thought I'd get it. It doesn't play very well
Right.
on the DVD
Little
player.
delay.
But it's still, it was still kind of cool that it was even there. Because interactive DVDs, who knew? Next story I have. Last week, players of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands were treated to free DLC. You know, that's how you do it. You give it to them for free.
Yeah.
That allowed them to either be hunted by or hunt as the Predator.
Oh my God, you get to play as the Predator?
Yeah, I seen that literally last night.
Jesus,
I
that
was
has got to
on-
be awesome.
I think I was on Facebook, and it was like Ghost, whatever, Tom Clancy's, and it was like shooting them. I just so happened to sit and watch it, and I didn't realize what was going on until I heard the woodpecker.
Yeah.
It's like, no way, and it did the little red sign thing. It's like, really?
Did he,
Yeah,
was
sure
he
enough.
camouflaged?
No, you didn't see him at all. He just
awesome.
killed them all, and then dude's like hanging upside down. He looking around, and then he looks over here, and there's like two dudes hanging upside down, skint, all blood. It's like, oh, I didn't realize. I was like, wow, that's weird. And then it's like, no, it's like, no way. So that'll be interesting.
So this was a commercial. I mean, a
It was
trailer
their
for it?
little, I guess their commercial. It was on. It was on their Facebook page.
Okay.
Now, this event will extend into January, where players will have the opportunity to take on the Predator alone or with friends, and you can get your hands on some sweet Predator-themed gear. If you're lucky enough to take him down, like his mask, complete with heat-tracking vision. Awesome as that?
That is nice.
I want
I
the
gotta
sound
play that
effect, too.
Oh, you gotta have it.
Put that in there.
Yeah.
You can't have this game without the sound
No.
effect. You can't. I was talking about the. I was talking
And
about
that,
that
too.
sound
No, I
effect.
was talking about the heat vision sound effect.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
All the sound effects. All of them.
When
Got
it
to.
targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw Arnold in there too.
It even needs to do the whenever he sets the bomb and he goes.
Arnold's got to be in there as a cutscene person.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
What you know what I hated more than anything about all the other Predator movies beyond the first one
What?
is they changed his roar. I guess that's what you would call it. His
Yeah.
bellow.
Oh, that first
because
one,
the
man.
first one it was just so awesome, and from that point on, it's like, nah. I'm
Didn't
like,
have
are
the
you
same effect.
kidding me?
What if it's because it was a different Predator?
But still,
Dude, you can't. It's just like
They're
that
the same-
first one, man. They
Yeah.
had that thing perfect. When you heard that, you're like, oh god.
and none of them have done
Shit
it right
just got
since.
real. I think they made it louder, but really, it's not the same.
No, it's just rawr. That's what it sounds like, just like
remember
that.
how the
In
Predator
case
sounds.
y'all don't know what we're talking, we're gonna put that sound effect right.
I'm going to
Here.
make a video of a Predator screaming, going, "Rawr."
I
just
can't
like
remember how
that.
he screams.
If you listen to the podcast,
Well,
you're gonna hear it.
Yeah, we'll put it all "Rawr," just like that. Now, anyway, the developer said that they wanted to recreate the tension felt in the first movie when they learn about the Predator and discover it. That you won't just come across the Predator, but you actually have to find clues, track his whereabouts, and all the
God.
things
Cool.
that will eventually make you feel like you're being swallowed by the jungle will overcome you eventually, and that they wanted this feeling to really feel real to the players. By the time he comes up on you, you're going to be so tensed up.
Right.
And they also wanted the Predator to be the ultimate challenge within the game, especially if you go solo. So they also didn't quite confirm nor deny if the Predator has a self-destruct sequence. They more or less said that's for the players to discover. So
That would be awesome.
Oh, that would be cool though. Put like that. Like if you don't kill him in a like certain
Maybe
amount of
it's
time,
a certain scenario that you're in.
maybe.
Right.
You know, like
gotta
if,
find him
if
before
he's
then.
not quite dead, but he knows he's pinned, and he's like, all right, well, screw you.
Yeah.
And then you're screwed.
And then he goes,
And if he blows up, you don't get any of the loot.
Yeah,
You just
that
lost.
would
You just
suck.
lucked out.
That would be
You would-
great.
It would be cool though.
There would be so many
would be
people pissed. It's
great,
like,
dude.
what is this?
This is bullshit.
Bullshit.
You would hear him
This
like,
free
like the timer
DLC
started.
sucks.
You just start running, man.
And you try to hit him so you can get his helmet. I want your helmet.
I just want the helmet, man.
Oh, that would be cool though if you had to fight him 1-on-1, just like in the first one.
You just smear mud on your face.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do to beat the Predator. You put mud on your face. And your
I mean,
body.
I've never played this game, but that alone kind of makes me want to play it.
And then I would make a big log, like on a swing, and I would
Squish
hide
him.
in the mud
And squish him.
and let it just
Come
bash
on,
his chest.
Do
in.
it. Do it.
Yeah,
I'm here. Kill me.
Do it now!
that's good.
I'm
Yours,
here.
Come on, kill me!
yours was terrible. His is good.
And he just look at you like,
Like, no.
no.
Something's
I'm going to
up,
go
buddy.
around, if you
Yeah.
don't mind. Anyway, I'm going to move on to
I'm
the
excited about that.
I know.
last,
I'm going to play it this weekend.
our last bit of news. Ilphonic announced that their upcoming single-player campaign did I say campaign?
You said
so.
maybe you did.
Didn't sound right.
It didn't sound
Whatever
right.
you said
No,
didn't
it
sound
didn't
right.
sound right when it came out of my mouth.
No, it's a mess.
Their upcoming single-player campaign for Friday the 13th will be comprised of episodes.
Oh,
They said the reason for this is to break it up into several different experiences so they can be released independently. So one thing can be released without waiting for another thing. They also mentioned hiring new employees to help play catch up because if you've noticed, they've kind of fallen behind on the little roadmap that they laid out there.
yeah.
So I hate to say that I've kind of forgotten about this
I
game.
have. Somebody I work with, they played it for the first time. So, man, you gotta get back on there. They added a bunch of stuff.
I do. When they did the Jarvis house and the rain effects, I went in there and I'll be honest with you. When I walked through the Jarvis house, that was almost like a nerdgasm for me because I've seen Friday the 13th Part 4 so many times that when I saw the attention to detail, the kitchen, Tommy's room, the stairwell,
That's
everything,
what's
I was
taking
like,
so long.
yeah, it was just. But looking at it, I was sitting there thinking, look what they did. They recreated this house. That is amazing.
Right.
That's one thing nobody complains about. They don't skip anything on
No.
detail. They get
You have to be careful
everything.
because that's such a following.
They get
Yeah.
stuff that even just diehard horrorcore fans know are there. They put it in there.
Yeah. And they did. And the
They do
fact,
it. Yeah.
even adding the rain effect helped that because I don't think any of the other movies had rain up until that movie. So having that area have rain was a necessity.
Right.
Otherwise, it just wouldn't feel right. Well, no, I mean, I guess part 1 had rain. Or part 2. They all had rain. Maybe they all did at some point. But I think it was just a important part to that particular movie, I think.
Right.
Is why it sticks out in my head so much. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, there was rain and all that. Screw it, I don't care.
Yeah.
But
it's okay. It's all right.
But to
Players-
add that,
players
it
know
just
stuff.
adds another character, another layer element because now you're kind of, having to deal with the rain's kind of blocking your view, your vision, whatever. I don't know. I did play it. It was kind of cool, but I want people to play with.
Right.
I still want to play this game.
I do want to play it, man. It's when I played it was fun. It just
Yes.
man, I got so pissed off when it was like 4 games back to back.
That's the problem. That's the exact problem. I want to play this game. I love this game. I want to play with people I can trust.
Right.
I don't want to play with
yeah.
people that are jerks
And they quit.
and just bail because they're not winning.
I hate that.
I can't deal with it, and that's why I've been so hell bent on
Have they put in host migration yet?
No,
God, I
Wasn't
can't
that on
play
the
it.
roadmap?
no,
No.
There's a lot of things that were on that roadmap. That was not one of them. So I'm just. I do want. I bought this game
Yeah.
for a reason. Damn it!
Yeah.
I want to play it.
We played together, man. It was like 3 games back to back. It was host left and
Yeah.
no XP game.
So
3 games back to back. I was just so pissed. I just quit. Done. I'm done.
and that's kind of why I would like to have smaller groups. I think that's actually why I kind of preferred Dead by Daylight just a little bit.
I know. I think
Because
everybody
you
kind
have
of moved to
smaller
that.
groups.
Small
Yeah.
groups. Somebody quits.
So yeah, and if they quit, so what? They just die.
Right.
That's good for you.
Easier for the hunter.
Yeah. So I don't know. It irks me so much.
Yeah.
I don't understand I want to play this game.
Yeah.
I really
like
do.
it.
But I don't
wanna
want to
play it.
I don't want to play it with these people.
Right.
These trolls.
I
I
just
wish
wanna
you could change the size of the you could have 8 players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish you could have 4 players or 8
And
players.
see, with the smaller maps, they said that should be a reason to do so.
Right.
You got half the room to run in. You cut your team down in half.
Right.
If they just give you host migration, I'd play it again.
That would help.
That's like the biggest. That's the only reason I quit because I just got
used to
pissed
hate that
because I couldn't.
on,
every time I got
Before they
close
got
to
it on
leveling
Call
up.
of Duty.
Oh, what?
When I really played a lot of Call of Duty, and they didn't have it in there, like
Yeah.
World at War.
Yeah, early days.
Yeah. It sucks when people one person quits and they happen to be the host.
Yeah, and that's what the problem with that game is right now.
Yeah.
Biggest problem.
That is the biggest problem by far.
Well, guys, that was the news. I have 0 weird news.
Now, you have one weird news.
There was just not. Oh, well, there was the weird news of John.
Yeah.
John,
return.
there was been a John
That's
Taylor
right.
sighting.
I did kind of do that. I'm sorry. I'm a little off. I
Yeah,
had too many
it's okay.
interruptions.
Yeah.
You haven't heard them because the show just flows.
The show, we have this bot that whenever somebody comes in and just bullshit splatters, it deflects it.
So,
His name
see,
is
what I'm
Steven.
going to tell you right now, for all the audience members listening at home, right now we're at about hour 10 of our podcast. I don't know what you're reading right now on yours.
I'm gonna
but
go with.
I'm sure it won't
50
be
minutes.
that. I really don't have a topic, but I did feel like that this may be something we can do because of where we're at with the show right now. I thought it would be fun, kind of go around the table and talk about our year. Since we're into the year, last show of the year. I don't know. It doesn't have to be anything mindful or anything like that. Just a little something.
I think I'm still recovering from last year. Last year was just a shitty year. Mm-hmm. It seemed like everybody died. Donald Trump got elected.
That's right.
And the last of the year was just so thing. Then, well, I guess this year, we was busy with Man Cave
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah.
Fixed to take a little break. I mean, you've been more busy than all of
You
us.
been worked your ass off, man.
And,
Jesus. I don't see
I don't
how
know,
you
it's
still got
just-
any hair left,
don't
man.
know.
I would have pulled it out and shaded.
I'm starting to thin.
Yeah,
Buzzed it. Done.
Jenna's health has been crazy.
Yeah.
So it's been an odd year.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of packed all into it feels like 8 months. It's
Yeah.
just been like
Crazy.
a shit storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree.
Yeah. So that's my year. It's not really bad. It's not really good. There's been some really good things.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some shitty things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, John? You got married this
I got
year.
married and I
So
bought
your
a
year
house.
has been
I was on a show called Man Cave. What was it? 4
That was the
episodes?
highlight.
4 episodes?
It was four episodes.
4 episodes of Man Cave. I was a minute star.
He was the breakout character.
Yeah.
I guess
Like
that's
the
too
herpes
long,
breakout
Jesus.
character.
Yeah. I was on a podcast a few times. I really can't complain.
So it's
Really
been all
can't.
right.
It's been a
You
decent
found
year. I
the
mean, the
meaning of
last
life is love.
2 or 3 months has been crazy for Thanksgiving and work, but other than that, not bad.
Why does it get so hectic at Thanksgiving? It starts then and it goes to Christmas.
Black
Now,
Friday.
I got to
People just-
shop.
People
Black
just
Friday.
get all.
That's what killed me at work, man. Black Friday, all our customers just triple, double, quadruple all their orders. Just God, I'm glad it's over with.
I can't believe Walmart bought so many dildos.
Huh?
Because everybody don't know that you work in the dildo factory.
Yeah. Shh. Shut up. I'm the tester.
You've been smuggling them out in your butt. Let me
My
see.
mouth. Nobody talks to me.
I'm missing 2 long dong silvers. No, I'd be like, why are you walking like a sticks in your ass, John?
I don't know.
This is.
He got those vibrating panties. My
Take on
wife
my
wanted them.
spine.
I had to put them on.
What about you, Steven? You're the
Well,
mastermind behind all this.
Like you said, it's been a busy year. We started. I would say that a lot of the busyness that I did this year kind of started last year, but I guess in a manner of speaking, that it was ideas were starting to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they all came to light. So we saw Man Cave being worked on the entire year.
Yeah.
almost.
February.
It was
From February.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're talking from February until
November.
6th
Finished
of
around
November.
Thanksgiving.
Because, I mean, if you want to go and get into very technical details, November. Because there were still recordings and stuff like that. December, if you want to go even deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all year, Man Cave has been a thing. We started this in June, July, whenever E3 started, or was about to start.
Oh, the podcast,
Man Cave, yeah. Right, the week before E3.
So we've been at this half the year, and not only that, but I've got other shows that I do, Porter and Ale, and Savor the Flavor, and Slapdash Spasmodic. So I've been busy, but I'm grateful for it because not only am I'm being able to do what I want to do, as stressful as it can be, as time consuming as it can be, I'm doing what I love. You know, I'm being creative, and I'm glad that I'm finally doing it because there were times where I was being very creative and then I would just get into a drought.
Oh, it happens.
But now I feel like that I've got so much to choose from that I can be grateful that I've got that. You know, I don't have to worry that, you know, I'm not doing another episode of Man Cave right now because I got this show over here, or even this show. We try to make this a weekly event, and it's always something I can be doing. So it's something I'm producing. So if it continues on and on and on, that's fine. I've got something to fall back on. So I can't really say I'm complaining. I know I complain.
He is not complaining. This is
a
how
good
Steven
kind of
says that he had a good time.
It's a good complaint.
It's just in the moment I do complain, and I'll get frustrated, and especially if stuff's not going my way, I'll get really frustrated.
Oh,
and say,
yeah, you
like,
don't
"Boy,
even know.
This is never happening again."
Y'all don't even know the look on his face.
You don't know the look. Like he starts sweating, like veins start coming out. I didn't
Bloopers,
even
man!
realize
I'll get to
existed.
see it in the bloopers.
Yeah, those are so funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those. I'm ready for them.
But all in all, I can't really say it's been the busiest year I've had in a long time, and I can be grateful for that.
Dude, I thought my year was like the end of this year was busy. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I would have given up, sold everything, and moved to a log cabin in the woods and just
If
You
lived off.
did. We didn't see you.
If I was making money, I mean, all the work that I do, I'd be making bank right now.
You would be. You'd be,
Dude,
like
you'd be a
number one in the company.
millionaire right now.
You're like CEO of the company. They would make you CEO. I'm kidding. Like he goes home and does the damn work.
Yeah, so, you know, all you people, we'll get into that later. But no, I just wanted to touch on our years, talk about what we've done. I thought it would be kind of fun just to kind of chat about it for a brief moment. Not a really big topic or anything like that. But with that said, I'm going to move on to our release dates. All release dates are subject to change.
They are definitely subject to change.
and what I did is, since we're going on a small hiatus, I tried to stretch out and find as many games, except for PC games, because I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm not doing that. By the way, no, you know what? I have some weird news. Another sliver of weird news. I'm going to throw this in here right now because I forgot.
Angry weird news?
Forgot to add. Yeah, I'm going to go back to it. Have you, some of the PC games that I saw that are coming out, they just have some weird names. I don't even want to know what they are.
Yeah. What?
Okay. Sigil, Noise of the Fart. Or I could have even said that wrong. This one I remember.
Did you just say Sigil, Noise of the Fart?
That's what he said.
Something like that. I don't know. I could have said it wrong. This one I remember very clearly. Milky Boobs. What is that?
I don't know.
What is
Milky
that?
boobs.
I know, but what is that in regards to a
You
game?
milk the boobs.
If there's
dude.
not
Like, it's a
milky
milking simulator.
No.
What if it is?
Could be. Dude, have you
They had
not
a
seen
damn
some of the
game
games
called
out there?
I know.
My name is Mayo.
I'm just
tap
saying,
glass.
that's why I'm not putting every PC game on this list, because there's too many and they're stupid.
Amen.
A lot of them
lot
are
of
like app, like mobile app,
Yes.
like style type games, but it's
Yeah.
a full-fledged PC
All right.
game.
Well, anyway, December 19th, we have Shooty Fruity for PSVR and PC, Accounting Plus for PS4, Defunct for Xbox One, Brawl Out and Crawl for PS. Brawl Out and Crawl for Nintendo Switch, and also for Nintendo Switch, God damn. Dragon Fang Z, The Rose and the Dungeon of Time.
That's a hard
for
word to
Nintendo
say.
Switch. That's a hard word to say. December 20th, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Episode 3, Hell is Empty. That's a long title.
That is a long time.
That's the last one.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Bridge Constructor Portal for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Bridge Constructor Portal?
Bridge Constructor Portal. I don't even want to know. Future War Reborn for Xbox One, and Raining Blobs for Xbox One.
Yay.
And on December 21st, I'm gonna try to to do this in a particular way. For PC, Tiny Metal. For 3DS, Mom Hid My Game. And now every other game I'm about to mention is for Nintendo Switch.
Ah.
The next Penelope, Tiny Metal, Mom Hid My Game, Blossom's Tales, The Sleeping King, Puzzle Box Maker, Tiny Troops Joint Ops XL, Max the Curse of the Brotherhood, Frederick Resurrection of Music, The Deer God, Of Mice and Sand Revised. And on December 28th, for Nintendo Switch, Steam World Heist. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, you've still got games coming. If you have everything else, you probably got more than you know what to do with.
Yeah, for real.
So
Yeah, Switch took off, man.
Well,
It
they're
just
making
seemed like
the games
past
that they
month or
need to
two.
make for that system, the ones you can take with you.
yes,
They're making that right now because that's their big draw, and they're being smart about that because to bring it home and dock it in, now what they're doing is we've got Zelda, we've got Mario that'll come out later, we've got Metroid, and they're just making it's kind of like it's Sony's method. In between the big games, the first few years, there was a lot of indie games,
yeah,
and that's what they're doing, and they're smart for that because Xbox did that with the 360, and then they quit.
yeah.
Because I remember, I'm like, why are these little games not on the PlayStation? Sony just didn't do it yet. Mm-hmm. And they did, and I think that was where their success came. Because then they got the Sony attitude where they were like, we're too big to fail now. Look how many people bought an Xbox, and then they try that with the just same thing with the PS3. It was overpriced. They put out and they were arrogant, and it didn't work.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the Switch is taking off by how many games are coming out and have already come out. I was like, L.A. Noire come out for it, and I was like, wow.
Gosh, I forgot that.
Yeah, I
was
still
out.
got it. I'm gonna get it at Christmas.
I want the
It's
VR.
Christmas.
I really do. It
they have it in VR?
amazing. It's not out yet. I think it got delayed.
Okay.
But
L.A. Noire's coming out for VR?
it is for the Vive. I'm not sure about PSVR.
It could be announced at E3.
I
you
think
never
that
know.
it'll come out eventually.
I think it'll be
kinda
announced
cool,
at
I
E3.
guess.
It looked amazing. I don't know. But they said it was like select cases. It's not all of them.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
I
not
can
full game.
understand that,
But
yeah.
still, it would just be amazing. To
Sit in
do
a
that.
room and watch somebody's face. That'd be
Oh,
so
yeah.
awesome.
Because just watching a trailer, the graphics of the face,
Yeah.
it was mind blowing. It was like, oh my god, it really looks like you're there. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like an implanted face anymore.
Right. Yep.
So I was really impressed. All right, guys, retro review time. I'm actually going to give you a guess from each one of you because it's a theme.
It's a thing.
What would be important today that I would be reviewing a game over?
Oh, Star Wars.
Very good. Very good.
You're doing Super Star Wars.
No.
Doing Star Wars The New Hope?
No.
No, I know what you only gave me one guess. I know what it is.
I'll give you one more.
Is it Star Wars NES, the first one?
No.
No, okay, I'll be wrong.
Dude, I don't know.
All right. Good. You didn't guess. I am reviewing Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader.
That's a mouthful.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. So I'll just
Hard to
refer to
say.
it as Rogue Leader. In a time when a good Star Wars game was scarce, every now and again there would be a beacon that would shine through and you'd find a gem.
Every now and again.
Such was the case with Rogue Leader, which was released in 2001 as a launch title for the Nintendo GameCube. When the first Rogue Squadron came out on the Nintendo 64 a few years back, I was amazed by the game design. It was a very unique game where you could dogfight as an X-Wing or a Y-Wing, and it was kind of a dream come true because you were getting to play it and it felt right.
Right.
You know, it didn't feel like an odd game or the controls didn't seem shoddy or anything like that. It was like, this is really fun. This is really good. I'm getting to play as an X-Wing. So, Rogue Leader actually took it a step further. It enhanced everything that was done in the previous game. Obviously, technical aspects from the 64 to the GameCube helped that along. I actually remember seeing this game in a Toys R Us near my house at the time, and I was just amazed because the opening scene where you were going to the Death Star, you know, that whole cinematic was like, oh my god, that looks like straight out of the movie. And it was just amazing because they even pulled audio from the movie too and put it
Love
in
when they do
there.
that.
So it was just made you excited. I played the opening Death Star mission despite it already selling me from the get-go. This just made me want it more because I was like, oh, I just got to have this. Now, Even though these games do recreate certain scenes from the original trilogy, mainly the 2 Death Star battles and the battle from Hoth, and I think there was even a scene from Cloud City, but they really didn't have a fight there. You know, I think it was more a locale in this game. Certain games, or the games actually dove into what is now considered the Legends lore and explored further adventures of Luke Skywalker and his co-pilot Wedge Antilles. If you don't know that, what I'm referring to here, the Legends lore is what all the books and comics before Disney bought Star Wars is now considered. That's no longer canon. It doesn't exist. So it's alternate universe Star Wars.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But comics that are being produced now under Marvel and the Disney banner, that's canon.
Gotcha.
So there's your little trivia if you didn't know.
Okay.
You play through 10 different missions, primarily using an X-Wing as your basic all-around good ship. If you want to change the pace or even want to challenge, you can replay missions with a different ship, like an A-Wing, a Y-Wing, a B-Wing.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
C-Wing?
Yeah, you think that's what they were. These ships are actually, along with other unlockable ships, they vary in control, speed, defense, and it really changes the dynamic of the mission you're playing, so you can get a challenge, or it could just be 10 times easier. Just depends. Now, to unlock all of these awesome things, you had to play your very best to score a bronze, silver, or gold medal, but to really unlock them, you had to get to the higher scores, obviously.
Right.
Your performance was based on time, accuracy, enemies destroyed, lives lost, and mission efficiency. Should you require a certain amount of medals, you would then unlock new ships and even new missions. One such mission allowed you to be Darth Vader,
Oh, sweet.
being on the opposite side of the Death Star battle. So you could actually prevent the Rebel Alliance from blowing up the Death Star.
That's cool.
And then you go down to the Rebel base and destroy that ship. So that was actually neat. It's kind of like an alternate reality, like what could have been. Unlockable ships include the Millennium Falcon, the Slave One, which is Boba Fett's ship. You can unlock a TIE Fighter, a TIE Advance, an Imperial shuttle, and even a Naboo starfighter. And this was about the time, I think, episode 2 was about to come out, I believe. Because 2001, I think episode 1 came out in 98? I think, I don't know, 88.
I snuck in and watched it, though.
98, 99. It was late in the game, anyway. If you had a code, and this was just the oddest thing, and I actually remember playing this when I read this. If you had a code, you could unlock a playable Buick Electra 225, which was based on a car owned by one of the game's sound designers. Yeah. And it was just this flying car. It was like... It was just the weirdest thing.
That's cool.
Now, the game was a critical success, having a Metacritic score of 90. The game is praised for its impressive visuals, amazing sound design. It's Star Wars, of course, it's going to have amazing sound. I think the GameCube version, which I think there was only the GameCube version, it actually came with a Dolby Pro Logic 2, which was amazing for Nintendo at the time, because they don't do that now.
Right.
It was the 7th best-selling video game in November of 2001 when it launched. Plus, it's the best-selling third-party and second best-selling overall GameCube game during the console's launch. LucasArts stated that the title actually had sold faster than any of its previously published games at the time, and I feel like it's for good reason. This was an awesome game that had an awesome brand behind it. This is what a Star Wars game needs to be for me. It gives you everything you want in a Star Wars experience, and yet this kind of expands the lore that you're kind of already familiar with, but it feels natural and not shoehorned in, like some Battlefront stories.
Right.
Obviously, with the Star Wars experience, I would love to have lightsaber battles, and, you know, I kind of realized that this game series is not for that, because when they did that in Rogue or Rebel Strike, which is Rogue Leader or Rogue Squadron 3,
Right.
It just did not feel compatible. It felt off, because this needs to be like a flight simulator in a manner of speaking.
Right, yeah.
You know, it doesn't need to have ground missions and stuff like that. And as neat as it was, kind of changing the scape of everything, it felt wrong.
Yeah.
You know, we need to stay in the skies. And I don't know, with that being out of place, Could you implement both? I know they've kind of done that with Battlefront, but I still feel like that's kind of a ground mission kind of thing.
Yeah, it is.
So, sure, maybe, but for this series, I don't feel like it'll work. For me, this is the penultimate version of a flight simulator Star Wars game. Right. What it needed to be. This game right here. It gave me the experience that I wanted in that moment. I'd love to see this series revived in the right hands, take it to new heights. Now, as I said earlier, being in a dogfight with an X-Wing was kind of a dream. Now, when DICE did that with the VR mission Star Wars on Battlefront, it really tapped into something special.
Yeah.
Because it was just more amazing to be there. And to see it.
You're in the damn cockpit, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that said, we're talking about a 30-minute mission.
Right.
As amazing as that was, it still can't take the title from this.
No.
Because this gave you more of an experience overall. So, if somebody can do a full game VR Star Wars flight simulator game, I'm all in.
Or lightsaber battles.
Yes, I'm all in. I'll buy it. I'm there. If you can make me feel like I did for Rogue Leader back then I'm all for it. But until then, Rogue Leader will remain my top spot Star Wars game
Ever. That's a big thing.
That's a big statement.
That's
Because
a
I
big
loved
thing.
it so much. Well, guys, that is our show. We would like to thank all of our listeners for following our podcast across the webs. Leave us reviews on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, Google Play Music, wherever you listen. We love to hear from you.
We would.
Yeah.
You can follow our Facebook page, join our community page, talk games with fellow gamers, give us topics to discuss. Hop over to Redbubble, get you a t-shirt, get you a mug, get you something with our name on it.
Buy me one.
Me too.
John, you get your own. You haven't been here long enough.
Aw.
You can also go to patreon.com/pencil and paper productions. Help support the show. $5 or more will get you early access content, allowing you to see any of our shows before they actually release.
With bloopers.
That's right. That said, for all of you listening, we are taking a bit of a break, so content will possibly dry up for a bit. However, fear not.
Fear not.
Because not only are we leaving you with 3 new videos this week on YouTube, but there will be 2 special podcasts premiering in our absence, so you won't lose us completely.
Big surprise. John's not in it.
Yeah.
He could have been, but
He could have been.
He was busy with marriage and house
Life.
but it's all right. But guys, thank you so much for listening. I'm Stephen White.
I'm Todd Stark.
And I'm back as John Taylor.
For the last time all year.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say, I'm not going to see you guys or talk on the podcast for the rest of the year. I won't see you guys until next year.
I know it.
Well, don't be so dramatic.
It's just sad.
You won't talk to us.
I'll talk to you, but we won't be on the podcast. We won't be Super Mega Crash Brothers.
We'll be
We'll
Steven, Todd, and John.
Super Mega Crash Brothers in our hearts.
Stupid guys.
You get a tattoo.
No, John. You don't get tattoos.
I ain't even got a tattoo.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You don't get tattoos. Fine. I want my man-child to be tattoo-free.
Wrap it up, Steven.
Join us again next time, all you Crash Brothers out there, when we return on January 15th, 2018. But until then, game on.